That said, we should probably just go ahead and get things started. So if you came here to this video and if you were invited to this video, you may have seen the title of the video, or you may have seen the topic of the video last week when I put it out there to see who might be interested in getting the information that I have to share. And it turned out that there was a lot of people who were really interested in learning about this topic, and that is how to get rid of belly fat. That is the overarching topic of the training this week, 5 days of it. This is day one. And today's big topic, the title of today, who gets belly fat? And friends, do you have the visceral fat problem? So, pretty exciting stuff. When it comes right down to it, this idea of belly fat is one that is known to most people in the world. Especially here in the United States, we are like at 65 or 66% right now of our population is overweight or obese. And so belly fat is something that is common to everybody. And so it just seemed like a really great topic to get some things going and to help meet the needs of people. So what are we talking about when we are talking about belly fat? Turns out there's two types of belly fat, and most people carry both kinds, and most people actually carry an abundance of both kinds of belly fat. Now, the first type of belly fat I want to talk to you about is the one that most people think about because it's the one that is the most unsightly. It's the one that you're the most aware of because it's visible to the world. And I'm talking about subcutaneous fat. This is the belly fat that sits on top of your muscle wall. It's the one that you can actually grab a hold of, right? So when you look down and you see your belly and you see the rolls on the belly, that is the fat that's sitting right underneath your skin on top of your muscles. And for many people, that's the fat that they want to focus on, because in the end, who doesn't want to have that strong looking core, right? To have some abs that are visible that say, hey, look at me, I'm in good shape and I'm healthy. And that surface fat there is really tough to get rid of. But when it comes right down to our health, that fat that's on the surface, while it causes us to, maybe not be in love with our looks, it really doesn't pose that huge of a health issue. The fat that's way more dangerous is a fat called visceral fat. And the visceral fat problem is the one that causes your waistline to grow, generally without people really even realizing that it's happened. It's not visible. It's on the inside of your body. So let me just explain this to you. Let me back up just a little bit. If you are on here because you are hoping to get rid of that surface fat, just do me a little favor. And in the comments for me, just write down roll with it, baby. Roll with it. That is, I want to get rid of those fat rolls. Right? That's what you're really here for. You want to learn about that surface fat. You want to get rid of that. You want to just expose your abs, right? Now, who are these people? Generally, people in this category are in pretty good shape, right? They're already taking care of a lot of things in life to stay healthy, and they just need a little bit of help to get rid of the last couple inches of that surface fat. And if that's you, if you're already in good shape and you just want to really tone it down to the very, elite level and expose those abs, good for you, and we can help. That's fabulous. But the reality is that most people are quite a ways from that. You see, visceral fat will build up inside your body without you even realizing it. And you'll look down and, hey, I don't notice any big changes. You can grab the same amount of fat, but how come I feel bigger? Why are my clothes not fitting quite right? Why is my energy level dropping? I can tell I'm just getting bigger. Well, what is this about? That visceral fat, man, that is a dangerous bugger that gets you by surprise. And so the visceral inside your body fat essentially attaches itself to and wraps itself around your body organs. It'll be on the outside and coating around your stomach and around your spleen and around your liver, right? And all these different organs inside your stomach, and it can get up into, around your heart, around into your lungs and stuff, and it's filling up the inside and causing pressure in your body. This, of course, not good. Not good. We do not want that to happen. So who tends to get this type of belly fat, the bad stuff, the really dangerous stuff? If you're here because you care about your health when it comes to belly fat, this is the stuff we really want to work on. So, quick story. Who gets this kind of fat? Well, I did. I get it. And let me explain to you. And let me see if maybe you can relate to this, okay? And if in my story here you relate, just type in I relate, okay? I relate, or even that's me. Because you see, I started out as an 18, 19-year-old kid in really good shape. I can think back to those high school years where I was looking good and I was feeling good. I could eat anything. My metabolism was really strong, really high. Most of us, probably anyways, came through high school with this type of feeling. Now, some people, unfortunately, had a situation where already in high school they were battling with visceral fat and subcutaneous surface fat already. And it doesn't matter how long you've had this fat in your body, other than it's been affecting your health for a longer amount of time. You can get rid of it. We're going to talk about how to do that throughout the week. But today, let's just think about this, right? So here you were, a younger person, and then things happened. Who gets this visceral fat? Well, like I said, I did, and this is how I did. I can actually look back in time and say, okay, this is when it all started for me. You see, I got married. That was number one. I moved in with somebody else. It caused changes in my life. This somebody else for me started showing me how to cook food. And while this food was healthy and delicious, I ate a ton of it. And I was getting older. This started to change some things about me in my life. And after we got married, we started having kids. When Josiah came around and then Aaliyah came around, 2 years apart, when Josiah came, my sleep habits completely turned on edge, right? I was up late at night. I also, around that same time, was changing jobs. So my stress levels were going high. I've got a new child. And in fact, my nephew moved in at 13 years old. I was raising a child who wasn't even mine, a teenager, at the same time I had a brand new baby in my house. Stress levels. I didn't know what to do, right? So stress was high. I wasn't sleeping right. I was eating any chance I got. And how much do you think I was out rollerblading, going to the workout, or hitting those cross-country trails like I did in high school and college? Like, I was not. I didn't do any of that. So those lifestyle changes away from activity, away from good sleeping habits and good eating habits, started to actually change my body. So fast forward through the years, this can just then compile. If I didn't make any changes at that time, right? After I recognized that I had started to gain weight and make the changes to reverse that, every single year thereafter, I would have just continued to gain that weight. Now for me, it topped me out. I at my current height, and I probably shrunk a little bit in my age, but I got up over 200 pounds. That's about 55 pounds heavier than I am right now. And this is generally the visceral fat inside me. So if you can relate to the idea that there's events in your life that change how you live, your lifestyle changes because of the ways that things are happening, and you're pretty sure that those things are having an effect on your waistline, go ahead and just hashtag in there, or not hashtag, but comment in there, that's me, or I relate to what you're saying, because these are the people who end up with visceral fat and subcutaneous fat on our body that we just don't want, and it affects our health pretty great. So what is really going on under the, beneath the surface here? What is the real cause. So the fact of the matter is that when we change our mindset, when we change our activity, when we change the way that we eat, it affects our hormones. It affects our body at a cellular level. And because our hormones then start to get out of whack and start to change the way that they're responding to what we're providing to our bodies, the next thing you know, we become fat storing machines. Your body doesn't even understand what it is that you're doing. It only understands what it's supposed to do based on a set of information that you're giving to it. So when you make these lifestyle changes, when your life starts to wrap you up inside of stress, starts to cause you to sit more and move less, when your brain is asking you to eat more of this ABC type of food instead of XYZ type of food, it causes changes to the hormone levels inside your body. And it actually hits us at a genetic level inside of our cells to change our health. We have insulin as the number one hormone that we want to watch out for, with cortisol coming right up on its heels and estrogen after that. These hormones are changing in your body with your body makeup and with the way you feed your body and with what you drink. So as you're eating and drinking and changing your lifestyle and your activity levels, you're actually changing the balancing of hormones in your body, and your body is automatically responding to what you're telling it, and it's taking your fat and it's storing it inside your body cavity. It's sending it off to your liver. Your liver says, hey, you know what? I'm not a freezer for your fat. I'm going to kick it back out. It's going to release even more hormone. And the next thing you know, your waistline is expanding because of what's happening in the environment around it, right? So what do we want to end up doing here? We want to stop this snowball effect, right? We want to take care of the snowball effect, because if your body is going crazy with the insulin, right, and you're adding in more fat inside of your body, the next thing you know, you become insulin resistant. Diabetes, of course, is a huge problem, and this is one of the things that can start to happen, and it can your body can snowball into that area, right? We have other dangerous things. We have, heart disease and stroke and metabolic syndrome, all coming around and directly linked to the size of our waist, right? So the question comes up, if we've got this snowball effect happening, right, at what point has the effect become so great that it really is affecting our health? Not just the way that we look. You will eventually notice your jeans don't fit right, your pants don't fit right, even your comfortable pajamas, like they're not as comfortable as they used to be. It's time, of course, then to take care of it. And so the question tomorrow is, are you at a point where the visceral fat in your body is actually dangerous? Is it something that you can say, hey, I wish I could look better in my swimsuit? Or is it a point, I need to do this, I need to take care of this right now so that I don't have to worry about heart disease and heart attack and diabetes and metabolic syndrome and all these other possibles that come up, all directly linked to our waist. When it comes down to it, belly fat isn't just a vanity issue, right? Who doesn't like to look good? I mean, most people want to look good. And it's nice to be able to see the anatomy that God created so beautifully, and the abs to come out and the muscle definition to be there, right? That's all possible. But it's the stuff going on inside of your body that we really need to be worried about. So tomorrow, we're going to look at the gauge. How can you tell if it's really time to make a change? All right? I hope you'll come back and join us tomorrow.